You might have been prepared very well for months, but you have only 3 hours to show what you got in exam. Listen, there is a very high probability you are not gonna get the marks you deserve.
In 2019, my preparation was really good. I messed up the exam.
Even GATE AR can't able to give their best in exam despite studying well during their initial attempts of exam.
So for the next attempt in 2020, I got All India 300 in my next attempt. So preparation wise, there was no much change.
Why? Why even toppers need one more year to make the best out of their exam? Countless of research being published in best-selling books clearly points out many a time student didn't do well in exam because he don't have proper test giving skills. This pattern is similar in sports and other fields also.
Intercepted! Knight, 2 seconds, 1 second. Oh!
Despite months, even years of practice, a person fails right when it matters most.
So I gone through the best-selling books on this topic, and this video gives the evidence-based tip on enhancing your test giving skills. And you need to know why I need to make a video on test taking to you. This is my GATE score in my first attempt, and this is my second attempt. In my second attempt, I have written for 63 marks. 6 marks is lost because of wrong in approach, and next 9 marks is lost because of silly mistakes. Now approximately I am down by 5,000 rank. I lost the opportunity to get into MTechs in top IITs. I lost the opportunity to get MTech in IITs next to it. Also, I can't able to get MTech admission in top NITs. And also, I lost MS calls from the core branches in top IITs. It hits directly my confidence. I don't want any of you watching this video to be in that particular pathetic situation.
Through all the storms, I'm by your side.
Handling stress in exam is undeniably important part in test giving skills. Let's say your brain is under stress. Brain will release a stress hormone called cortisol. It directly attacks your focus. Once your brain is crowded with worry, doubts, fears, or in other words, when your brain competes for relevant or irrelevant thoughts, something has to give. In a 2004 study, a group of college students were asked to complete a variety of maths exercises, some of which were simple and others were required excessive memory work. Half the students solved the problem, nothing at stake, while the others under time constraint. Everyone on time constraint performed very well on simple problems, but when the problem is challenging, most of them made mistakes. Kelly McGonigal. She is the author of The Upside of Stress and a popular TED speaker with millions and millions of views. Suggested a powerful way to handle stress and anxiety.
Participants who learned to view the stress response as helpful for their performance. Well, they were less stressed out, less anxious, more confident.
Simply changing your thoughts from this test made me fear to this test made me excited will make a lot of impact on your performance. But do you think eliminating stress itself is sufficient for acing the exams? I have gone through the interviews of all GATE AR1 and interviewed many GATE toppers. The best performers in GATE exam focusing on these 3 things while giving their final exam. Before find out, we have to completely eliminate the stress. So research done on university students, even though that mindset change has a good impact on your performance, things really go out of control in exam. Especially in situation, let's say you make a mistake after trying a sum for minutes and suddenly you realize 10 lakh aspirants are writing the exam. Suddenly you realize you are not going to get the job you want. So how to stay calm despite changing the negative impact of stress? First thing, obviously, what you can do is like prepare well for exam. I'm kidding. I believe before going to test, you are already prepared well. I know. The one powerful way that you can actually get back your brain under control is send oxygen to critical areas of your brain, which in turn says your brain that everything is alright. So how can we actually do that? Breathing. Warning, it's not that simple as it sounds in exam hall. So use your body for your advantage. Relax your stomach, place your hands on it, slowly draw a deep breath. Your hand should move out even as your whole chest is moving outward. And another warning, don't do this just before going to the exam. You will be much more calm. Do this before the exam. You will be much more calmer. Your performance will increase. Now you can go. Now handling exam stress aside, what is the number one thing that all GATE AR1 do have in common to ace the exam very well? They solve hard sums, isn't it? Because if you look at the GATE triangle, really 50 to 60 marks are quite easy. Everyone can solve with just knowing the formulas itself. And the next 20 to 30 are like slightly difficult, so you have to apply different concepts and you have to think a little bit. And the final 20 or 15 marks is like very, very hard. If you want to be really a topper, you have to solve that. And the first thing comes from preparation. You have to solve many problems with increasing difficulty. And many of you, I observed that really having problem in staying consistent throughout their GATE preparation. You can check out my free class on science begins procrastination and evidence-based steps to beat it. I put the link in my Telegram. You can join and just watch it. But on the other hand, if you want to really solve hard problems, you need to get the answer for the challenging problem in the exam under the high pressure condition. How can we actually do that? I need a break, man. I need a break. I'll come back. And if you're a college student preparing for GATE exam, I recommend GATE Wala. They have one of the best faculty teams out there. You can use my code RAGU500 to get 500 rupees off on their GATE courses as well. They have two batches, one for GATE 2024 aspirants called Parakram batch, which costs 4,999, and Sesat batch for GATE 2025 aspirants, which costs 6,999 rupees. It's really good. Go check it out. I'm back. Ranjit. எனக்கெல்லாம் ஞாபகம் வந்துருச்சு.
ரஞ்சித், எனக்கு ஞாபகம் வந்துருச்சு.
Have you ever observed this thing in interviews? Like, you have been asked a tough question and you don't know how to answer that particular question inside the interview hall, but you come out and you, after some drinking some tea or doing something, you realize, acha, that is the answer. How can I able to not answer that at the right time? Got it, na? That's how brain works. Same go with talking with your friends or having an argument with your friends or families. You've been talking something, but you was not convinced with the arguments. But after coming to your home or some time later, you realize, okay, I should have told that. Got it, na? That's how brain works. So that's what you are going to do now. You are going to solve hard problems first. Yes, it is undeniable that solving easy problems in the beginning will boost your confidence a lot. But at the same time, you cannot put the hard problems at the end, because you won't get the answer or the creative thing for the problem immediately. Got it, na? So step 1.
When the paper is given to you, quickly have a glance over the paper. Look out for hard problems and review it. Step 2. Start solving all easy problems and frequently have a look at the problems you feel it is hard. Try it for some 20 to 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute. Pull away and move to other easy problems. The pattern might look something like this. Hard problem. Easy, easy, easy. Known. Hard problem. Easy, easy, hard.
Actually, this is not the pattern. Don't follow it blindly in exams. It basically based on your gut feelings. You know when to go back, when you should not go back. But only thing I feel you should do is, like, you should have the self-discipline to step back, because if you don't step back at the right time on hard problems, this will happen.
सेकंड क्वेश्चन में क्लॉक वाला आ गया, तो फोन का दिया होगा उन्हें पता होगा कि उसका आंसर 1 है, उसका आंसर था ही नहीं ऑप्शन में. सो आई वेस्टेड 10 मिनट्स ऑफ in that time मैं ego में ले लिया था.
Because every 2 mark is a 2 mark. If it is really hard, if you can't able to do it, just leave it. No, respect the opponent, just move away. So the first pattern I found in GATE AR once, and how you can achieve that is,
as Barbara Ackley used in her book, is hot start easy jump technique. Before finding the second pattern toppers used to ace in exam, meet Shian Bilog. Shian Bilog is a psychologist professor at the University of Chicago. She is one of the world's leading expert on how to reduce feelings of panic under high stake conditions, and is the author of the book Choke. She mentioned, my research team has found that if you write about your thoughts and feelings about an upcoming test immediately before you take the exam, it can lessen the negative impact of pressure on performance.
So write it before writing the exam. It is powerful.
So what is the second pattern I observed all the toppers used to ace exams?
They all finish the exams at least 15 to 30 minutes before the end, and they will review the answers they have written.
Actually, you can hurry up, cause it increases a silly mistake. So what can we do? Use shortcuts, know the common value, know frequent multiplication in question, and most importantly, use calculator only when required.
Possible, try to having an analytical solving approach. This and all majorly happened the way you practice, right? That's what they say. The more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle, right? Practice harder and enjoy the rewards.
Now we have actually seen brain hacks to reduce these exam stress, but how can we be actually confident? One of the ways is face your fear, because life is not going to get over just because your GATE exam is getting fucked up. Because even if you get low GATE score, I see people who join in IITs with low MS score and people who prepared for other government exams. They did really well and they got the job, or they got placed in some 20-25 lakhs per annum company. So you know, just be confident and give your best, and we can make it, man.
Now coming back to the final pattern that toppers used to ace exam, they all know that accuracy is the most important over anything. So how we can get good accuracy? First is quite obvious. Have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep before going to exam. Test taking is a serious business. You should give proper respect to stress, and research has proven that person with no stress and person with having a mild stress, the person with mild stress having performed very well compared to no stress or high stress at all. So respect your test and give your best. Got it now? Respect it now. So remember, try not to make any conceptual mistake just by reading 1 or 2 lines, because most often I observed when I read 1 or 2 lines, I started solving the problem based on the data. But there must be some twist, and questions are prepared by IIT professors and they want you to lose marks, right? So always read the question carefully. There might be chances of not 2 or 2 these kind of small tricky words will be there. So read and understand the question thoroughly before attempting the question. And this is the most important thing. Give respect to all the questions equally, because easier question there is a more probability that you are going to make silly mistake. I don't have any answer for that, but when I see an easy question I get thrilled, and I was started with less focus. That's what I can say. So give respect to all the questions equally. And before going to exam, go through your formula note. That is quite mandatory, but what you have to do is like you have to go through the mistakes that you have previously done. And I would like to attach a small clip of Ajay, how he analyzes the paper after he written the mock test. I believe that is really strong. So here it is.
So how do you analyze your test paper after your exam?
I will see what was my thought process in the exam. First I will analyze about that. What was I thinking in the exam? And I will open the solution also. I will see what the solution was given, and then I will compare my thoughts with the actual solution. Then I will, whenever I get these kind of questions next time, I have to think like, I should not think like the way how I thought in the exam. I should improve these things.
And finally finish the exam as early as possible and give it a check one more time.
Remember, test taking is a serious business. Despite preparing well, I fucked up in exam. And learning all this, I was able to increase my performance at IIT Madras.
Listen, if I can able to do it, you can do it as well. Just give proper respect to the test and the test will take care of itself. And always never forget who we are. We are someone who stay driven towards the goal until we achieve it. We are the stay driven guys. See you guys.
But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight.